Now I'm really excited to introduce us to our expert for the day. We have Lindsay Chung. Lindsay is a program manager at Accion Opportunity Fund, and she has more than 12 years of experience in the accounting and finance industry. Lindsay has worked with hundreds of small business owners across the country, more than 20 different industries, from startups to established businesses. She has helped businesses understand their credit and ways to improve it, along with advising them on how to manage their cash flow, analyze their financials, and improve their bookkeeping practices. Lindsay first realized her passion for economic empowerment while proudly serving as a Peace Corps volunteer in Botswana. She has a Bachelor's of Science in Business Administration, Accounting, and Finance from the University of Colorado and currently lives in Denver. Hey, Lindsay.
Hi, Brittany. Thank you so much for inviting me today. I really appreciate it. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us. Credit is such an important topic for small business owners and something that can be kind of sensitive. As a small business owners, I think we oftentimes have ups and downs in our business. And so it can be really hard to maintain a great credit score, but it's a very important tool in growing our business. And so today we'll go over the importance of credit. So some ways to repair your personal credit, pay off collection accounts, and make sure that you really, think about, what you want to do as far as those collection accounts go. We'll talk about, some free resources, and you may want to talk to a professional to really get an idea about how that's going to impact your credit, and what the different things are, because you can negotiate with your creditors, but sometimes it reports on your credit that it wasn't paid in full, and that could impact someone's decision. So looking at the pluses and minuses of negotiating credit or consolidating it is always helpful. Create and stick to a budget and a structured payment plan to manage finances. So something I encourage, if you have a lot of debt out there, is to make a debt schedule. Write down all the debt that you have, the outstanding balances, your payments, your interest rate, and come out with a plan that works for you. If you're really focused on, saving the most money, then maybe paying off the highest interest makes sense for you. But there's a number of different methods that do work for people based on kind of what payments you can afford and things of that sort. And then it's always good to stick to a budget. This could be really basic budget. Like when I was younger, we would put, money in envelopes in order to do that. As I'm older, there's a lot of great software out there that can help you kind of manage your budget. But just make sure you're trying to, live within your means as much as you can, and paying down that debt's really going to help your credit score and improve your chances of getting credit in the future. Using secured cards can be helpful. There's also credit builder cards, like self.com has credit builder loans that are small loans that kind of help you rebuild your credit. Secured cards are credit cards that you get from a lending institution, a bank, a credit union, something of that sort. And what they do is they'll extend you credit, like $500 in credit, and then you have to put that $500 in a bank account. This makes them feel more comfortable with extending credit to you. And then they also report on your credit. So you can start building up that credit as time goes along. And then manage your credit report. So make sure that you're aware whether people are pulling hard pulls on your credit, and try to reduce those as much as possible. Interest rates all range, making sure that you can afford it. Some lenders don't focus that much. So maybe if they're not asking for much documentation or don't need to know much about you in order to give you a loan, then maybe they're not focused on your ability to pay so much, and maybe focused on their ability to collect. So always, do the due diligence for yourself, come up with a plan. What is the opportunity you have available to you, and how are you going to pay this back? And how is that going to impact your cash flow in the long run? Make sure that the opportunity is much bigger than what the cost of the loan with the interest rate and the fees and things of that sort would be. So you can make sure that you take that out with confidence, and that you'll be able to pay it back and won't have to lose sleep at night in case things don't work out as much. So focus on paying on time or early when you can. I think that's kind of an obvious one. I'm sorry to repeat it. It's generally just the most important thing on the personal and the business side. And then learn to read your commercial report and monitor it, especially if business credit is an important part of your plan. It's always good to check your credit report, see if there's any errors. Even on the business side, there tends to be errors. Common problems, late payments are probably one of the biggest ones. I feel like these days I talk to more small businesses that have high credit utilization. It's just really hard not to do that when it's so difficult to get financing in those first few years. So just trying to be as proactive as you can before we charge up our credit cards can go a long way. Errors on credit reports, about 20% of people have issues on their credit reports, so that could be a really easy, simple fix. And then collection and charge-offs tend to be a big issue. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by, debt or financial help, please seek help. The best time to come to us is when you're starting to look at building your business credit, you're looking for a loan, you want to get a better understanding of how to manage your finances effectively. We can really help you understand how to improve your chances of getting funded, how to connect with trusted resources, and work with you to develop a solid financial plan. So there's also traditional credit repair services, and these companies are great if you're facing pretty significant challenges on your credit, or if you want somebody to really go line by line and come up with a credit strategy or debt refinance strategy. We highly recommend working with nonprofit organizations. So we have a number of trusted organizations that we've worked with for years that we vetted. And one of them is Mission Asset Fund, Money Management International, and Trust Plus. These organizations will help go through line by line on your credit report, negotiate with you, come up with payment plans or strategies on how to reduce your debt. And so they can be really helpful tools to help give you hope and move past anything. So this is kind of a summary of it all. Make sure you're correcting the errors on your credit reports, establishing new credit lines, utilizing credit that is available to you, paying bills on time, and then just avoid applying for things that aren't really a good fit. So if they're looking for people with great credit scores and yours needs a little work, maybe seek out a lender that can kind of fit where you currently are.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. I know that was rapid fire, and thank you everyone for coming. So we have those free coaching calls that you can get on for many things, but access to capital is kind of our topic here today. We hope you feel more prepared to tackle some of this and repair your business credit, and we will see you all in the next one. Thank you, everyone.